Welcome back. I'm Derek Evil, and this is another riveting edition of Addict MMA. This is UFC 117 fight card breakdown and predictions. Anderson Silva puts up the strap against Chael Sonnen, and what's going to be, I don't know if you call this a grudge match, because everybody talks trash about Anderson Silva, but Chael Sonnen is awesome. He's probably the best promo cutting, trash talking athlete in the world. I'm telling you, this guy is the rock of the UFC when it comes to cutting a promo. Anyway, let's get into this. This is going to be another astonishing fight card, which starts off with Roy Big Country Nelson taking on Junior Dos Santos, or excuse me, Dos Santos. Uh, yeah, dude. If anybody's doubting Roy Nelson, this will be the fight that will let us just settle the doubts. He came in, he fought Brendan Schaub, he did really well. He fought Stefan Struve, he knocked him out very well. Obviously beating Kimbo, but whatever. So he's got Dos Santos, and Dos Santos is coming up in the division of the heavyweight division. I think if he wins this fight, then he should be right next to the line behind Cain Velasquez for a title shot, for the heavyweight title shot. Obviously, Cain Velasquez beating Nogueira puts him up for the next shot. Whoever wins between Lesnar Carwin. Okay, so Roy Nelson, Dos Santos, who do you think is going to win? I would like to see Roy Nelson win because I like Roy Nelson, but I think Dos Santos' striking is going to be, I don't say more powerful, but more maybe technically sound. If Roy Nelson's able to get Dos Santos to the ground, which he very may well be able to do, he'll get in that crucifix, that salivary top-mounted position, and just let that belly do the work for him while he pounds fists into the head like he did to Kimbo. Who knows, man? I mean, he could really he utilizes that weight in such a way that we don't think he should be able to fight. He doesn't look like an athlete. He's a big old fat, looks like a bowler. Those guys aren't athletes, but yet he still manages it, moves it around, and uses it to his advantage. However, this is so tough to it's so tough to call because Dos Santos is such a tough guy, such a great competitor, and so well rounded, and such an upcoming threat in this division. To be able to say who's going to win, who's going to lose is very tough. I almost want to just leave it up to you guys, but for the sake of argument, I'll go ahead and throw a prediction out there, and I think that Dos Santos will probably take the fight. Maybe a decision. I don't know that he's going to rock out Big Roy Nelson because we know that Roy Nelson can take a lot of abuse. Of course, now he did take some abuse and ended up losing a TKO victory or loss to Andre Arlovsky. Arlovsky beating Big Country. One of the at least what used to be considered one of the most dangerous strikers in the heavyweight division. Not anymore. God damn, Arlovsky's kind of fallen off the face of the UFC map or the MMA map. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say Dos Santos for that fight. Matt Hughes, the Hall of Famer, the living legend, takes on Ricardo Almeida. I saw this fight. I was excited. I was like, holy crap, that is a great opponent for Matt Hughes. He's very dangerous. His jiu-jitsu on the ground is very dangerous. Matt Hughes' stand-up is not all that great, no matter how many years in the game he's been. He even acknowledges that his stand-up is not the best. I think Almeida's probably got a little more reach over him, a little bigger than Matt Hughes. I think that Matt Hughes still possesses enough power to body slam a guy, but we haven't seen him really do that kind of stuff in a long time. And as it seems anymore, people with decent enough stand-up and a decent enough ground game can combat and almost stalemate Matt Hughes' abilities. So when it comes right down to it, it's not going to be like Matt Hughes fighting Renzo Gracie. That was a joke. Renzo Gracie shouldn't really be fighting anymore at that level. I'm going to go ahead and say Almeida probably going to take this fight. I would almost see a submission victory for Almeida, maybe in the second or third round. I don't see Matt Hughes obviously getting tapped out that quick, but this could be a very dangerous fight for Matt Hughes, and he may very well lose it. And I'm going to go ahead and say I think Ricardo Almeida might catch the submission victory, second or third round. Moving on to Clay Guida versus Rafael Dos Anjos. There we go. Hey, who doesn't love either one of these guys? Dos Anjos, a very, very tough opponent, very well-rounded, good ground and pounder. Guida, great ground and pound, obviously very aggressive wrestling, very, not necessarily technical sound. Kind of fights like a Cro-Magnon man. Looks like the guy go caveman. So I'm going to give it, just because I love him, I'm giving it to Clay Guida, the carpenter. I think he's gonna wax that ass, dude. Take it through the car wash and give it the wax. So, but it's not like he's gonna walk right through him. I don't want to say that. Dos Anjos is very tough, good hands, good everything, dude. It's going to be a tough battle, and this one probably will go the distance. And I don't think either one of these guys is going home asleep or tapped out. I think this is going to be a matter of the judge's decision, and I will think that Clay Guida will probably get it. Moving on to the main event of the evening, Anderson Silva takes on Chael Sonnen. Right, like we said, Chael Sonnen is a big mouth, man, and he's been talking a lot. He said, I've got 2 national championships in wrestling that says I can put Anderson Silva on his back. But you know who else did that? Travis Lutter, who's not a 2-time national wrestling champion, but he is a very, very decorated, very good jiu-jitsu grappler who got tapped out by Anderson Silva. Dan Henderson, an Olympian, Greco-Roman wrestling, put Anderson Silva on the mat and got tapped out. Chael Sonnen made some very nice comments about where did Anderson Silva get his black belt from? He got it from the Nogueira brothers. One's a punching bag, the other one's irrelevant. Which is kind of a true statement about the Nogueiras. As much as we all love them, it's kind of a true statement. One of them is a punching bag, and thanks to that Jason Brills fight, Rogerio Nogueira is now irrelevant. To say you got a black belt off these guys is something, because we've not seen Nogueira, heavyweight Nogueira, tap anybody out in the UFC. He almost got Randy Couture a couple times, but could not tap him out. So we haven't seen his jiu-jitsu utilized like it used to be in Pride. I think he's just too beaten. And from what I've heard, it's actually just a very, very good basic style of jiu-jitsu, which in the end, the basics is where it's at. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to say Chael Sonnen maybe shouldn't have said some of the stuff he said, but it's very funny, very comical, and he's not talking about people's families and stuff. So, but anyway, with that being said, I think that he's going to press the fight. Anderson Silva's going to feel like he's been pressed, probably like he's never been pressed before. I think Chael Sonnen really wants this victory. Chael Sonnen has a fantastic job, or a fantastic opportunity, and I think he will be able to finish this fight. If he fights anything like he did against Nate Marquardt and Yushin Okami, which I think he will, I think that we're going to see Chael Sonnen dominate Anderson Silva. And if he can get Anderson Silva out of the second and third round and put it into the championship rounds, we're going to see a very tired and exhausted Anderson Silva. And we're going to see a wrestling pedigree in Chael Sonnen with the cardio background that's going to let Chael Sonnen basically either finish the fight in 5 rounds or finish it in 4. But I kind of, I'm going to go ahead and say Chael Sonnen, unanimous decision, victory. He's gonna wax the floor with Anderson Silva. That's my pick. And maybe right now I'm a little emotional as far as I'm not too impressed with Anderson Silva lately. But I'm going Chael Sonnen, unanimous decision, the new middleweight champion. This is the year of upsets. Fedor's lost, and dude, it's the year of upsets. I don't know what happened yet as of filming this video. We have not watched UFC 116 yet, so we don't know what happened yet. But it's the year of upsets, and I'm thinking that Anderson Silva's going to get upset by Chael Sonnen. We're going to have ourselves a new middleweight champion. So anyway, stay tuned to Addict MMA. Further videos coming at you. Like I said, I got technical difficulties, so I'm running these videos through webcams. I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm Derek Evil. Peace. I'm out of here.